Welcome back, everybody. We're back here at Franklin High School. Very excited to call the Emerald Division final game here between Southridge High Skyhawks and the Caruthers Blue Raiders, both winners of their first two games. Southridge took care of first of Lincoln High, of Auburn from Washington, and also they squeaked one out against Silverton on the 28th. And then Caruthers got here by beating Oregon City, program you may know pretty well here, Coach. And we are underway. Caruthers going to win the tip. The home team in white, outside of Fresno, California there. And Southridge High in black. Here we go. That is Faye Scott, the senior, on the ball. And the long three, long iron, long rebound on the long shot, but Alex Lichani unable to run it down, and Caruthers scoreless here early.
That was Sarah Mangan. She's got an offer from the University of Portland, Southridge point guard. Saw both teams earlier in the tournament. Southridge is a zone team. Caruthers, an aggressive man-to-man team. The contrast in styles.
Beautiful look down low, and the hoop for Vaselli to get us underway. Pass back over to Faye Scott. Scott to Magnan, like you said. Good-looking player, nice assist, and we're tied up at 2.
Again, Southridge will extend that zone into a full-court press.
Vaselli has it taken away from her. Active hands for Southridge. Faye Scott has it stolen as well. Isabella Mendez gonna take it coast to coast and reverse lay it up with the right hand. 4-2 lead for Caruthers. Giant open look, good pass and vision. Magnan able to pick out Janowski.
That was a left-handed cross-court pass. Not too many times you're going to see that in a high school game.
Great vision and the strength to execute it, and quickly back into Magnan's hand. You can tell she's a catalyst for this offense. The running shot unable to go. And that's Kara Higuchi. Pass it off to Menendez. The long high arcing three is off for Almeida. Cameron Hersberg, a freshman in the starting lineup for Southridge. Clearly a ton of talent in her game. Back iron and off. Here comes Caruthers. Right down the lane, Isabella Mendez.
Really nice job by Mendez attacking the basket. That's back-to-back lay-ins she's created.
And the ball ripped away. Almeida steals it and creates her own 8-4 lead.
Little 2-2-1 pressure here by Caruthers. Gave Southridge some trouble. You got to tighten up your handles a little bit against some of these athletes.
Quick shot, but Mangan off the mark there. And the pass just a little too hot for Mendez to handle. Going to get a couple substitutions.
Definitely the right idea there. Just unable to connect on the execution part.
A little bit of full court pressure. You'd think that Mangan can handle some of this on her own.
Looks like it's a 2-1-2 alignment. Back to man-to-man.
Faye Scott. Sporting the James Worthy protective goggles.
I was going to say Kurt Rambis, but you
okay.
went Worthy. You went Worthy. That's okay.
I think we're both right.
There we go. It's probably half our audience that doesn't know who either of those guys are.
That's right. Some Showtime Lakers. Mendez quickly up to Almeida. Almeida, I think that shot was blocked. into Celeste Mack.
Yeah, tried to power dribble there, and it apparently went off her feet.
Early 8-4 lead for the Blue Raiders. Couple nice wins to get here, like I said. A little more convincing over Oregon City, and had their hands full with Grants Pass, but able to prevail 60-49.
Yep, I was able to watch that game. Grants Pass did a nice job of keeping that game close. Just the physicality of Caruthers inside with the two bigs. It was kind of the difference. Well played game by Grants Pass. Another good effort by Coach Wakefield down there. He's got another good group after having made it to the Final 8 last year. They're looking to head back in a really tough conference with South Medford and Willamette.
Scott gets it back over to their leader, Magnan. Kick it down to Addison White. Can't get it to go.
Now you could definitely see a size difference in the brackets between the diamond and platinum bracket and that next bracket as far as just the physicality of the players. Little double tip there.
Faye Scott to inbound for Southridge Skyhawks. Get it over to the dynamic Magnan. She gets the ball back in her hands. Bounce pass into White. Nice handoff. And uncharacteristic miss of the layup for Sarah Mangan. Open look, but she's going to go downtown, swinging it around here. Caruthers.
And Southridge does a nice job in their zone of exerting a lot of ball pressure.
Mendez. Good look, and into the double team, maybe not the place you want to go. I know they're trying to feed Celeste Mack, but we're going to get a tie-up, and an alternate possession's going to go to Southridge.
Kind of put her post in a bad spot with that post entry, and if you're the post, you have to expect that double team a little bit. Chin that ball, get strong with it, maybe spin away from that, go baseline.
Another nice pass out of Magnan. I'm impressed early on with her vision.
Again, just a junior, multiple D1 offers on University of Portland. Mike Meek, 14-0 at the University of Portland right now. Terrific job, old high school coach from Southridge and LeGrand when I got to know him. Went on to George Fox.
Yeah, good deal. Imagine it's a pretty tight-knit community here. Vasily with the nice hoop. And Magnan can't quite get it to go yet. Mendez forward back to Vasily. She's going to call her own, doesn't get her feet set. But a nice follow, Menendez, reading the rebound, no box out, and an easy rebound and putback, a 12-4 early lead. Southridge is going to need to get Sarah Magnan going. It's the freshman with the bounce pass down to White. Turnaround jump hook, can't get that to go. A little bit of pressure, passes right out of it. We'll see what kind of open look it leads to. And some Salambides can't get that one to go. Salambides.
No real foul trouble this quarter. Again, just a new high school rule. No 17 foul situations and a half. It's 5 per quarter, and then it resets.
How do you like this as a strategy? A wholesale shift change. We've got 5 fresh bodies on for Caruthers. Maybe a unit that practices together?
Could be. Could be a unit, especially for the out-of-bounds plays. Have a special team unit, just like they have in football. Could be one of those things they do all the time.
And that shot partially blocked. White able to grab it and ripped right out of her hands, up and in. Mia Nola the strong, aggressive play. Another turnover. Caruthers, and too strong. Came from out of bounds, and it looks like Almeida was out of bounds there. But Southridge, they're going to need a few answers here. Early 10-point lead for Caruthers Blue Raiders.
Yeah, a little bit of a danger zone here for Southridge. Got to settle down. The pressure of Caruthers has hurt them. A couple of quick shots on offense has led to Caruthers in transition. That's the one thing. Sometimes the shot that feels good, it's open, when you don't make it and it's quick, often leads to a bucket going the other way or some sort of transition. So it's that chicken or the egg. Which do we want to pick? And sometimes the quick shot looks great and gets a bucket. Other times it can get you going the other way. So Coach Bergman here, been around for a while. I've known him a long time. Was a long-time assistant to Coach Meek when Mike was at Southridge, so we had some great battles during my time in Oregon City. He knows what he's doing. He's going to try to calm him down a little bit.
Or fire him up, as maybe with the case down there.
Could be. It's hard to tell. A big game for him, so emotions could be high, nerves could be high, young team. Could be a lot of things going on. Again, Coach knows his team well. Always defer to those guys down on the floor.
We got the freshman Herzberg to inbound. Back to their leader, Magnan. Kick it back over to Bailey Griffin. Magnan, that good vision, always seems to find the open teammate. Back over to White. White gonna kick it to Griffin. Back to Magnan. Can she get her offense going? Cross-court pass. Lucky to get it back. White thought about the three. Kick it back over to Griffin. Back to Scott. 7 on the shot clock. We haven't seen much of these teams up against it. And Herzberg unable to get that to go. Quickly. Open look, but not the best stroke out of Higuchi.
Underneath, looks like it was off Southridge. A little out of bounds under. Trying to get into a box alignment here of some kind.
Kara Higuchi inbound to a player not on their roster. Back to Mia Nola. Back to number 24. We'll have to grab her name at halftime.
I'm trying to see if we can't look that up on the online stats here, maybe.
See if she.
Sometimes they give them different numbers than.
Yeah, it just says player on the other scorecard. Down low, unable to get it. And Bailey Griffin with the rebound. Here's Sam Mangan. They're going to need her to warm it up. A lot of on pressure. Back to White. Dribble handoff Mangan. And back iron. White battling but unable to get it. And there is 24.
Yeah, it just says player. That's kind of interesting.
That was a lot of contact without a whistle. And that's the end of the first quarter. Really went Caruthers' way, and they're going to take a 14-4 lead into the second quarter.
Yeah, certainly a sluggish start for Southridge. We're really bothered by the length and the speed of Caruthers, and Caruthers probably feeling pretty good. And probably wish they could have added a little bit to that. I think they're probably thinking 18-20-4 would have been, because they had a couple good looks at the basket there in that last 2-minute stretch.
Yeah, a player of Sarah Magnan's caliber, you expect her to get it going. A cold quarter, and they're down 10, but she had a couple good looks, got herself to the basket, maybe get some early nerves out. This is, try to win the Emerald bracket against a pretty prestigious program coming up from California. I'm sure they were excited, anticipating this game.
For sure. It looks like it's going to be Caruthers' ball coming out. Southridge needs a stop and a score. The old stop, score, stop game. Get a stop, get a score, stop them again, get back in the ball game.
Higuchi to inbound. Gets it over to Almeida. Checked by Lichani.
Southridge is double.
Higuchi wants to let it go. Hasn't quite found her shooting touch yet.
Yeah, Southridge is double teaming automatically on the post entry. If you're Caruthers, if you dive somebody from the high post on that catch, you're going to get an easy bucket.
Back to Sarah. Never crossed the timeline for the over and the back. A lot of contact, and there's a strong take around and out.
A little unlucky there.
Yeah, the freshman with a nice move to free herself, but unable to get it to go. And down low, good looking hoop for Jaylee Moore.
Yeah, that's an easy bucket.
And Southridge a little out of sorts here. They're going to need to gather themselves and get some stops. And there's a nice cut, running the baseline. Good looking hoop, Addison White. Back to Higuchi. Swinging the ball around the perimeter. Mendez. Higuchi. Take it back. Vasily can't get it to go, and that's just going to find its way out of bounds. Back to Southridge, down 10. See if the Skyhawks can't find some offense here. Langdon gets the ball back. Over to White. White, open look from three for Lichani. Can't get that to go. They've had a few good looks.
They have. One thing sometimes about press is it ball gets out of your best player's hands. In that case, it's Sarah Mangan from
Higuchi triple teamed, and she's going to turn it over. Swarming Southridge defense.
Yeah, the bigs are going to have to make a little adjustment, knowing that's coming. And Coach Caruthers from the Caruthers team is going to have to make a little bit of an adjustment on the actions when it touches the big.
There's White on the ball. Back to Faye Scott. Senior's going to look to the bench. Get her marching orders. A little ball fake, almost dragged her pivot foot, but didn't. And back iron and off for Lichani. Offensive board, strong one. And she does draw the contact. They needed that, a trip to the foul line to try to settle the nerves and see the ball go in on this end of the floor. Only 6 points, and we're halfway through the, or 5 minutes, and change left in the second quarter here. First three throws up and good. Alex Lichani. High arcing and straight through. A lot of substitutions in this game, more I think than we saw in some of the other matchups, and Bailey Griffin back on the floor.
Yeah, some teams have a little bit deeper bench. Sometimes that's coaching philosophy.
And the freshman, Herzberg, able to deflect that out of bounds.
Certainly it's third game in 4 days. That's definitely helps your conditioning and your level of effort when you've got deep bench.
Big board for White. White gets it back to Magnan. Herzberg gonna run the point. Bounce pass into Mangan. Double team back, two-man game with White, and she just needs to see that go, but White crashes the glass, gets 2 bites, 3 bites at the apple, and it's gonna get herself to the foul line. Addison White, nice work on the offensive glass.
Certainly a tough matchup for Caruthers there right now inside. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the Caruthers certainly paying a lot of attention. Sarah Mangan for Southridge. Number 20, Kara Higuchi, is kind of in a sort of a face guard situation where she's trying to take her out of the game off the ball. So it's interesting to watch the chess game that goes on, the game within the game.
And so far, pretty successfully.
Trying to sub there. They didn't give him a sub.
Oh, and a foul. Magnet was going to get a layup, but too much contact. She's going to pick up her first foul.
A little bit of Southridge momentum here. Feel like they're settling into the game a little bit.
Yeah, got the lead down to 6. Over to Lemus. Lemus, nice steal, stepping into the lane is Faye Scott. There we go, Herzberg. Herzberg back to White. White gonna get it to Magnus. Can she get one to go? Soft touch does fall. She's posing with the follow through. Maybe it helps, and then right back. Oh, actually the foul after the turnover is going to be against Caruthers, and you're right, momentum shifting in the direction of the Southridge Skyhawks.
The pressure, Coach Bergman does a terrific job in that extended zone, kind of always having people around, pressuring the ball, and if you beat that pressure, someone else is there to meet you. And it's giving Caruthers some trouble. And right now, a chance to tie on a sideline or at least cut it to 1. I'd be curious to see the early stats on the turnovers. Both teams sloppy early with the ball, and Caruthers especially recently here.
We'll see if that last 3 kind of gets Sarah Magnan going. Not a great percentage-wise shooting early on here, but clearly the leader of this team and tons of talent, so they're going to need her to get it going.
Well, neither team probably happy with their shooting percentage here, 16 to 13 halfway through the second quarter. They're going to try to throw it straight in here.
There is Sarah on the ball, calling out a play. Kicks it over to Herzberg. Gets it back. 2-man game, Herzberg and Magnan. Over to White. She's going to take that terrible 2 and drain it. No, a 3. Looked like had a foot on the line, but we've got a tie game as of now. I don't think there's much of a replay to see where it went. And Magnan's on the floor. And Southridge is bringing the energy now. They seem to have woken up, tied the game, and they're going to get the ball back.
Momentum is a crazy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly is all Southridge right now. I give a lot of credit to their guards up front. They are putting a lot of pressure. Caruthers is crossing over in front of the defender way too much, and it's just a recipe for disaster.
Screen out of White to free Magnan. Take it back to Herzberg. Herzberg swinging it around nicely. Tough entry passes stolen away. Higuchi with the ball.
Yeah, that was probably not a matchup that favored Southridge. I got what they were trying to do.
Almeida and the big body of Jaylee Moore can't get that one to go. Second chance for Caruthers. Back ironing off, and a strong board for Magnan. He's gonna want to run and go early. Cross court, a long look at 3 is off. Maybe not the best shot they were going to get that trip down the floor. Wide open in the post. And there's a 3 to go home. Mia Vasily. They needed that.
And this is my second set of eyes on Caruthers, and Mia shot it really well in that Grants Pass game in the semis. And clearly one of their outside threats.
And wide open for the rebound is Herzberg. She was the only one down there, and crashing in, going to get another. She's on the floor, looks to be okay. There's White. Sarah's going to get her the ball. Herzberg, a little through the legs dribble, swing it over to the baseline, and a travel, a fair amount of contact, but she shuffled her feet.
Well, I do think this game has 19-16 for the home team in white. Like Caruthers, we had some issues in that last game, so I think we know who's ahead.
Yeah, they got it properly sorted out.
Yes, yes.
Juliana Lemus to inbounds. Going to get it to Mendez. Mendez over to Nola, quickly forward. Down to Nola, and yeah, had her arm held back there.
Brothers probably would have wished that was a play on, no call. As number 41, Mia Nola, had a clear path to the hoop.
On a quick little out of bounds play, Nifty gets an easy hoop for Isabel Mendez.
Yeah, against that 2-3 zone, they just created a little bit of a seam in the middle there. Got an easy bucket.
There's White Becca Magnan. She wants to drive into the lane. Kick it back out to Scott. Celeste Mack way out to guard. And White is going to take advantage of that open lane. The post defender out of the way. Rumbles her way into a left-handed layup. Good looking basket. And Magnan with a good position. And all Nola can do is tap it out of bounds. Magnan, that good vision. She's gonna get her own. Does she have her three going? Not yet. Nola and Herzberg in a tie-up. Alternate possession. It's gonna stay with Caruthers.
Skyhawks foul number 10, Cameron Herzberg, first personal, third team foul.
Full court pressure applied. Herzberg. Kick it over to Vasily. Mendez. Mendez down low. Matt can't get it to go. And loose. Yep, Sarah's going to pick up her second. Only a minute to go in the first half. Probably keep her out there.
Yeah, you know, again, Coach Bergman, knowing her personality, maybe just have a conversation or use the time to get her out. And it all depends, again, on your coaching philosophy, how much she's needed out there. It's only a one-possession game, now two. So certainly be smart. Whatever you do not want that third foul going into halftime.
Trade bigs for Caruthers. Mack out, Jaylee Moore back in. Lemus gets the second free throw, and the lead's back to 5. A minute 3 to go in the first half. And they need Sarah out there, and here she is on the ball. Across the timeline for Mangan. Little hippity-hop dribble. Scott. Checked by Almeida. Back to Mangan. Double teamed. Gets it over to White. Open look for Scott. Back ironing off. Herzberg with the board. And she's going to call her own number. Can't get that one to go.
Shot clock off. Let's see what Caruthers does here.
Long pass. Intercepted by Scott. She wants to go. 2-on-1 if she hurries. Bounce pass into Magnan. Left-handed layup is good.
Again, we talk about that in the quarter clock management.
Yeah, and here we'll see if they're going to give Southridge one more time, maybe some steps, and they are going to give Southridge a chance to tie the game here. We got 6 seconds, enough time. There's Mangan, pump fake. Now she gets a good look at it. It's just been the story of her first half. Hasn't found that stroke we know she possesses. But all in all, a competitive game, a 3-point deficit for Southridge at halftime when they really they came out the gates pretty sluggish and slow offensively. I mean, both teams slow offensively. However, tight affair, 3-point game.
Yeah, again, Southridge got to be really happy with the. I still, even though being down 3, it feels like they have momentum. It feels like the emotion of the game. And again, part of it is they have some friends, family, fans here, being a local team here from Beaverton. And then, Caruthers probably kicking themselves a little bit there. Had a chance to stretch it out. Remember, it was 14-4 in the first quarter. It never really got going beyond that. And a little bit of careless with the basketball issues for Caruthers. So we'll check these stats out, relay them, try to see if I can hit the big things here, and we can talk about some individual stats. Rebounding-wise, fairly even, 21-19, favor of Caruthers. 7 offensive rebounds for Southridge, only 5 for Caruthers. Turnovers, 12 for Caruthers. That's not a good number. You want to be anywhere around 5, 6, 7 is a good number, depending on the pace of play. Not a very fast game, so that's probably too many for them. Southridge with only 8 turnovers. In comparison, foul trouble-wise, Sarah Mangan for Southridge with 2, and then for Caruthers, number 4, Juliana Lemus with 3, and I'll let you hit the individual numbers. But team-wise, fairly even quarter. Southridge got to be happy. They're shooting 22%, and they're just down by 3.
Yeah, just down by 3. I mean, Sarah Mangan, their leader, D1 prospect, only 2 of 12, 1 of 6 from downtown. She got pretty good looks. She's such a talent. You expect, more of those, higher percentage of those shots to go in the second half. But, some of that credit goes to Caruthers' defense. They also have been making things uncomfortable out there for her. Good shooting half for Isabel Mendez, 4 of 5 from the floor. She finishes with 8 to lead. No big numbers here in the scoring column for anybody. Nobody's in double figures yet. Mendez with 8 for Caruthers, Vasily with 7, and everybody else just a bucket at 2. We've got 9 points to lead the way. Addison White, and she's looked nice. Magnan only 5 points. Again, not hot shooting to get going, but you expect a player of her caliber to be able to get those to drop in the second half. With Johnny with 4. And all in all, kind of a defensive matchup here in the first half. Going to take a short break. We've got about 7 minutes to go before we can bring you the exciting conclusion to this one. See who's going to walk away the winner of the Emerald bracket here. See you in a few. Welcome back to Franklin High School. We've got an exciting matchup here between Caruthers Blue Raiders and the Southridge High Skyhawks. A 3-point halftime advantage for Caruthers. Neither team really shot the ball very well. We'll see what kind of adjustments are coming out of halftime, and if Southridge can get their star Sarah Mangin on track. Coach?
Yeah, a tale of 2 quarters here. 14-4 Caruthers in the first, 16-9 Southridge in the second. So we'll see who takes charge here in the third quarter.
There's Caruthers on the ball to get going. That's Almeida. Down low, unable to get it go. Jaylee Moore.
Good execution there. Got the ball deep inside, just couldn't finish.
There's Mangan. Checked by Higuchi. Kind of leaves her in the wake, but can't get the hoop again. Hopefully her poor shooting from the first half doesn't. What a look. We talked about her vision earlier. And Faye Scott's got to get that one to go. Beautiful assist. Almeida. Kick it over to Vasselli. She can't get that to go. And Scott with the rebound. Back to Sarah. Strong left-handed dribble. She's going to pull it up, kick it over to White. White, Sarah, head and shoulder fake, looked at the 3, lost her defender, and then got the ball knocked out. It's going to stay with Southridge.
That's the old reach from behind there, just at the last second.
Little baseline play. She's going to get to the elbow. Tough look. Can she tip her own? She does, out to Scott. Sarah's battling through the shooting slump.
One thing, Southridge seems to be getting every 50-50 ball.
Here's White. She's going to bounce it down low to the freshman, Hersberg, who draws the contact.
It's a little duck-in play out of a horns alignment. Trying to post up your guards.
Scott to inbound. Finds Magnan. Can she get it going? No. Front iron and off. Poor shooting, unfortunately, continues for Sarah. Good one-touch look down low. A late whistle, but the correct one as Mack draws the contact.
And both teams have had good looks, just haven't fallen. A bit of a lid on the old hoop there. Both coaches hoping that that lid gets broken soon and it gets a little bit of scoring going here. It's been a sluggish start.
Mack gets the free throw to go. The lead's 4. Pair of free throws for Celeste Mack. She'll come out, give way. Jaylee Moore back in the game.
Sometimes a couple free throws get you a little bit of confidence.
And it looks like she's going to check back in rather quickly. A little offense for defense substitution, maybe?
I think probably going to go big. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing they might try a big lineup.
Hersberg, the freshman, with a nice hoop for Southridge. Into the corner, Higuchi able to wrestle it away. Swinging the ball, and there, Vasily can't get that one to go. Offensive board. Tough night shooting for both teams. Yeah, Higuchi gets it knocked away. Hersberg, the freshman, going to go right down Broadway and misses, gets her own.
Both teams struggling to finish.
Yeah, and here's White. Gets the 3 up, and Helm. And we've got a tie game. She's been a bright spot.
Yeah, she's a pretty good shooter for a post. Has a nice touch, comes off nicely.
Yeah. Good look. She's able to collapse the defense there. Little ball fake to get into the lane. An aggressive play. 3, 4, 5 bodies on the floor. And we're going to have a jump, alternate possession. And Jaylee Moore is going to come off, so not quite their biggest lineup.
And again, that's an interesting substitution there just after 30 seconds of play.
25-25. 5 to go in the third quarter. Back to Magnan. Magnan, a little bit of a...
I think she thought it was over and back.
Yeah.
And so she jumped. I don't know if it was or not. Clearly, they didn't call it, so.
There's White, a little up and under. Steps into the lane, draws the contact. Where would Southridge High be without Addison White today?
She's done a nice job. Really has. Moves well. Soft touch. Good rebounder. Defensive presence in the back of the zone. And still nobody's really taking control here. Tie game, just about halfway through the third.
White to try to break the deadlock. The second free throw is up and good. Mendez goes glass and gets it to go. Actually, that was over to Juliana Lemus.
Yeah, that was a nice finish. That's a tough shot.
Magnus, can she get it to go? Not yet. Not yet. Here's Mendez on the dribble. Get it back to Lemus. Lemus down low. And a power move out of Celeste Mack.
What I really like about that is she did not wait for the double team. She quickly asserted herself on that spin.
Got a moving screen on Addison White.
Emphatic call by the referee. That crew is a veteran crew. I've seen those guys many, many times over the years. We've had some great, pleasant discussions about life and all kinds of fun things.
Lemus. Kick it over to Vaselli. Cross-court pass, well handled by Mendez. Mendez back to Lemus. The three is up and good for Vaselli. You are right about her smooth shooting stroke.
Okay, again, let's talk strategy here real quick. Great shot. I like the momentum Caruthers was getting, and now the coach takes a timeout, and to me that allows Southridge to settle down. Not sure if I would have taken that. There may have been something Coach saw that I didn't see. And again, I don't, I'm just here to observe. But boy, there was a little momentum for Caruthers.
Yeah, you can't take it out of your blood.
Yeah, and you take away your own momentum sometimes, and so I think Southridge now has a chance to regroup a little bit and get a look coming out of this timeout.
Down 6, 3:44 to go, third quarter.
Again, the fact that Juliana Lemus back in the lineup after only playing 6 minutes in the first half with foul trouble certainly has helped Caruthers so far. She's done a nice job sparking, and then number one, Mia Vasilli with a couple threes that have stretched this lead to 6.
And Southridge just needs Sarah Mangden to get it going.
Okay, you're going to get a cross screen, down screen, I think, here.
Get her the ball back. She's going to dip it into Yep. Addie White, another hoop.
That's a little post-up action that I've run a version of for a lot of years.
There's a good steal, but Katrina Janowski unable to complete that pass. Vasily thrown away. Here we go the other way. Bailey Griffin on the ball.
Right through the hands there.
Griffin kind of in between two minds. Who was she passing it to? And another tie-up. We'll see where the possession arrow is going. Back to Caruthers. Janowski's going to sit. Mendez over to Lemus. Lemus almost loses the handle and does turn it over. Here's Herzberg the other way. And she carried the ball.
Yeah, it was an easy call there. Unfortunately, ball got a little bit away from her. Try to keep that hand on top. It's kind of unlucky for her. Nice defensive play.
3 ball, very long. And bodies everywhere. They're leaving it on the floor here. Great effort for both teams. Scrappy affair.
Just got word that they're going to set an Oregon school record for most jump balls in a quarter. And I'm kidding a little there, but there's been about 6 here in this first 5 minutes.
Mangan. Kick it over to Lichani back in the game. Herzberg back to Lichani. Left-handed dribble down the lane. Kick it out to White. White almost got the three-pointer to go. Can't. Here comes Nola. Nola going to pass it off to Mendez. Across the timeline quickly down the lane. Picks up the dribble. Outside to the hot shooting. Mia Vasily. Bang from downtown. She's doing a ton of damage this afternoon with that silky stroke.
A really nice job with a fake pass to get Vasily that shot.
And there's the 1-2 punch. Good looking bounce pass. If she's not scoring, she's dishing the rock. And Addison White is handling the scoring for Southridge. Vasily, that one looked long. It is. Lichani. Lichani, high screen by White. Get into the lane. Trapped. Here's Herzberg, double teamed. Picks it up again on the knock, and look at this wizardry to dribble out of that and get the hoop. Good looking basket for Cameron Herzberg, the freshman.
That was pretty crafty to get out of that, and then right back.
Yeah, good looking runner. Mendez with the hoop. Now the offenses are heated up. It's a 5-point lead, under a minute to go in the third.
And Mendez been very efficient, 4 for 5 in the first half.
Griffin. Lichani, double teamed again. There is some contact. And the third team foul. And again, this wholesale shift change, it's like a hockey game. Scott looking to inbounds. Gets it to White. White has the ball ripped away. And that record-setting jump ball is going to continue. Jaylee Moore on the floor. 5 points in the ball. Here comes Caruthers. Almeida back in the game. On the dribble. Checked by Scott. She's going to kick it outside. Open look. Can't get it to go, but oof.
A lot of missed shots inside there.
Higuchi can't get that one to go.
Caruthers.
Outside to Vasily. You can't take her off the floor.
And Caruthers hit the boards hard on this possession.
Higuchi down low. Jaylee Moore can't get it to go. And finally, Herzberg's got to settle things down. White, yeah, no time for a final shot there. And they're going to leave it on the floor here, making sure she's okay. I think she's just catching her breath. 37-32 as we enter the final quarter here. What do you want to see out of the Skyhawks to get back in this one?
Well, they've done a nice job. I mean, holding a fairly potent Caruthers offense to 37 points over 3 quarters is a pretty good job. Their dilemma has been they've been unable to finish. You know, Sarah's having a tough game, probably their leading scorer, and so need people besides Addison White to step up. Oftentimes the formula is, you know, your best 2 players, 10, 12, 15 points, and then we need a third piece to that puzzle. Right now, Southridge is looking for one more piece to help them get going. And if you're Caruthers, they've missed some easy buckets down inside. There's some hot shooting of threes. I think for them, they feel like if they can take care of the basketball, they could probably stretch this lead out. So again, first 4 minutes will be big. I think Southridge feels like, hey, we get it back to even at the 4-minute mark. It's anybody's ball game. And for Caruthers, you're looking to stretch this thing out, get it to double digits by the 4-minute mark.
Anything you're saying to Sarah there to just kind of motivate her to believe in herself and get it going here?
You know, I'd be super positive. Hey, best players make plays. That's what you got to do. You can't be shy. You got to play in the moment, not let one play affect the other.
Sloppy turnover on the inbounds.
Yeah, and that was a little down screen pin action and just unable to make the connection, and then it becomes a live ball turnover and not a good start there.
Back
run
to
a
White.
back door here.
White, a little back cut. Nice move off the ball. Sarah Mangin, is that what's going to get her going?
That's the old elbow action. Back door on the weak side.
Are we pushing up against a 10 count here? Nope. I think actually they just barely got that across. White with the board. Back to Sarah. Checked by Mendez. Now Higuchi on the defense. And good hands out of Higuchi, able to rip that away. A 4-on-2. She's going to elect to pull up the long three. Maybe an ill-advised shot.
Yeah, that's a heat check for sure. Not sure if that was the shot Caruthers wanted, but that's what they got.
Here's White, picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Scott. Down low to Sarah, and she gets this one to go. A couple in a row for Sarah. Maybe that's what they needed. It's a three-point game.
One thing you can do, too, with a player that's a little bit struggling is you can post them up.
And Vasily can't get that one to go. Chani. Back to Scott. Hounded by Almeida.
Quick
No,
timeout.
by the mystery 24. We actually never got her name.
Yeah, they actually have it on this particular score sheet here that they handed us.
Oh, good.
Looks like Layla Palacios.
Palacios.
Yes.
All right, Layla, we see you.
There you go. I don't know if they maybe had a different number, but you can get that down. 3-point game. Some quick threes on the last two possessions for Caruthers. And Sarah Mangan has been able to post up and get her game going a little bit. That's a good strategy by Coach Bergman to post up your guard. She's a physical body for a point guard, and so taking advantage of the mismatch inside. We'll see what happens coming out. Southridge could tie this. And like we talked about, 4-minute mark approaching here.
Like we said, excuse me, yeah, you see a couple go in for Sarah Magnan. Maybe that'll open up the three, kind of just get all that stored up muscle memory of watching the ball go in so many times.
For sure, and everybody has off nights. Everybody has tough games, and so that it's experiences like this that's going to help her down the road. It's great to get these for a young team in December rather than in March.
Just a junior, Sarah Mangan. Bailey Griffin to inbounds. Southridge trying to tie the game, only down 3. Sarah's going to call out the set. Picks up her dribble, kicks it over to White. White outside the three-point arc. Back to Janowski back in the game. Sarah thought about it. Tough defense by Lemus. Down to White. Back to Sarah. Sarah's going to let a tough three go, and just like that, it's tied. She needed that one to go, and now 3 in a row for Sarah. I think she's back, folks. Tough defense, and White right down the lane. No contact. I guess that was just kind of knocked loose, but she touched it last, and good defensive play for Caruthers.
Yeah, that's the old run through. You try to cut in front of the offensive player, try to take a swipe at the ball, and got a little fortunate there.
Double team, and White with the steal. A good vision out of Sarah. Kick it over. She wants it back. She's feeling it now. Check by Almeida. Back to Bailey Griffin. Left. Kind of loses control of the ball, and now does. Stolen away. Almeida. Back to the hot shooting. Mia Vasily can't get that one to go. And our record-setting tie-up.
Yeah, Southridge's pressure right now is really affecting Caruthers. Caruthers is going exactly where you don't want to go. They're picking up the ball just across half court on the sideline. Southridge is taking advantage of that.
Caruthers looking for the inbound. She's going to swing it outside. Lemus. Outside to Mendez. Back iron and off. It's not an over and back. It was deflected. And, yeah, a nice little move out of Celeste Mack. She's going to draw the contact and get 2 free throws.
Yeah, again, she did a nice job keeping the ball up high, avoiding the guard digging down. 2 free throws here. See if Caruthers can get back on top.
Second free throw up and good. 2-point Caruthers lead. They're going to drop and set the D. Griffin across the timeline. Deflected, picked up by White. White back to Magnus. Now she wants to let it go. Bang! The three-pointer, and Sarah Magnan has found her shooting stroke. And a 1-point lead for Southridge.
That's a set out of the old Princeton offense.
Oh, now things are heating up now. Mia Vasily again. And the shooters are getting it done. Sarah surging with confidence. Power dribble, but an offensive foul. She doesn't like it. Thought the feet were moving. A little bit of an off arm and the shoulder down. And a tee for complaining, I think, has been assessed to Michael Bergman. No?
I don't think
Certainly
so.
some histrionics out of the referee telling him to back it up, and they're still talking.
Veteran crew, I think they'll handle it. A little bit of an aggressive call there, offensive foul.
Mendez. Kick it over to Almeida. Back to Mendez. Almeida drives baseline. Cut off by White, but nifty little footwork to free herself. Gets an open look. Vasily can't knock this one down.
Well, no one seems to want to take charge, that's for sure. Makes for an entertaining game.
2-point deficit and the ball. Here's Sarah Mangan. She's getting it going. Feeling good about the stroke. This one, no. And a swarm of white bodies able to come away with the rebound. Not crossing the offensive glass, really, Southridge. And there's an and one opportunity. Jaylee Moore, big body, able to secure the board, draw the contact, trying to extend this Caruthers lead that they had lost just moments ago.
Oftentimes those rebound putbacks are killers. This can get it to 5. Still lots of time. Like to see Coach Bergman maybe get the ball out of Sarah's hands, then it get back into her hands, kind of so she's in the flow a little bit, where it doesn't feel.
Yeah, a little sloppy.
What do you got to call here?
They're looking for the deflection, and I think the center court referee is going to make the call, and it's going to stay with Southridge.
And just sometimes it's
into Scott. Kick it outside to Sarah. Left-handed dribble. Running a little bit of a weave. There's the top, the long, difficult look, but good board for Bailey. And then the tough take, the freshman Herzberg is going to get herself back to the line.
Yeah, offensive rebound there for Southridge after the long shot. A couple of contested threes by Southridge. I think fortunate to get that offensive board.
Tough looks.
Very tough. Very tough. I think you want to shoot open, non-contested looks if possible, and then within the last 5 or 10 seconds of the shot clock, you can live with something like that. But shot selection is a key to everything you do in basketball.
For full court pressure, broken pretty easily. Caruthers. Swing it to Almeida.
Caruthers wants to attack through the nail here a little bit, the free throw line area. And I think that's the key to beating this Southridge zone.
Almeida gets the open look, doesn't want it. They want to get it in the hands of their shooters. There's Lemus, the feathery stroke, the pretty follow through on the wrist. And that's a big bucket, extends the lead to 7.
Certainly a big bucket here. If I'm Caruthers, I face guard Sarah Mangdon. Try not to let her catch it. Make somebody else beat me.
I wonder if fatigue is a little bit of a factor here. Seems like Caruthers has rotated more players in. And a board for
mess.
Almeida.
A little bit of trouble here. It's 3 possessions with just 90 seconds to go. Caruthers is going to need a timeout here.
And they get it.
Again, the number 23 there dribbled exactly where you don't want to dribble, ever.
Into trouble.
Into dribble, into that little hot spot in the corner where you can't go backwards. And that's exactly where Southridge wants you to go. So if I'm Caruthers right now, we need to keep the ball in the middle of the floor. We need to stay spaced. We've still got 24 seconds. You can run this down to almost the 1 minute mark, close to it anyway, before you have to take a shot. And Southridge probably needs for sure a stop. They'd love to get the turnover transition game.
Maybe get themselves to the line. Only one team foul on Caruthers, so if they're going to play the foul game, it's going to be a long road.
Yeah, Caruthers has the advantage now being ahead. They have fouls to give. So if you're the Caruthers staff, like, hey, if you're feeling like you're getting beat, we always try to teach it on the down dribble. That's when you foul. Because if you do it on the up dribble, you might get the hands coming up through and they get a shot call, and then they get free throws. So, yeah, there you go. Take it to the back court. Really need a presence in the middle of the floor. Stay away from the sidelines. Again,
Silly. Mangus with quick hands, but unable to complete the steal. Knocks out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I'd want to keep the ball in the middle of the floor as much as possible. I think Southridge is super aggressive trapping. There you go. Get it to the nail. Get it to the baseline.
Oh, maybe the dagger there.
Yeah, that's gonna
big
be
hoop
tough.
for Jaylee Moore. It's a 9-point lead with just about a minute to go. They're going to need some magic from Southridge. Sarah, why not? Just let it go. Off, and another rebound for Moore. Looks like they're going to be able to dribble this thing out. Vaselli, no need to shoot that.
No, they could just run the clock out if they wanted to and even take the 35-second.
Yeah, they're not even fouling here. Maybe the white flag being waved. The bench calling out the shot clock, and Almeida's going to let it go. No. Vaselli for the exclamation point. She's really had a nice afternoon. Here goes Sarah. Get to the lane, and kind of the story of the day, unfortunately for her. So much talent, but not a great shooting performance. She had a flash of it in the fourth quarter. They came back and actually took the lead in the fourth, but too much out of Caruthers down the stretch.
I think it was 42-42 or very similar to that. It ends on an 11-1 run. Caruthers with the victory in, I believe, Emerald Bracket, did you say, Coach?
Emerald Bracket.
Okay.
Come on the road up from California. I don't know if they flew or took a bus, but it's going to be a fun ride home as they go 3-0 in this great tournament.
I do believe we'll have a player coming up from Caruthers for a short, brief interview. That's the word that we got, so we'll see what happens there. We'll get the stats and take a look at the big picture there and see what we've got. I know they give out all tournament and a Santa hat.
Yeah. Get some hardware to take home. Well deserved.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't break it out for another 11 months, huh?
Yeah.
I guess some people do it right before Thanksgiving nowadays, so maybe you can. So quick numbers on the big picture there. Caruthers' 14 offensive rebounds stands out. I know most of them were in that second half. They only had 5 at halftime. The rebound battle overall fairly close, 38-34 Caruthers. Turnovers 18-18, so even there, probably more than each coach wanted. 35% overall by Caruthers, shooting-wise. From 3, they were 5 for 22, but a couple key ones in the second half. And then this for Southridge, 30% overall and 5 for 24 from 3, just 21%. So neither team shot it great today. A couple more offensive putbacks and a couple of key baskets down the stretch. I'll let you take a look at some individual stats there.
Yeah, here we see some of the honorees for Southridge. We've got Addison White and Sarah Mangan getting their just desserts and reward for being an all-tournament player. And, of course, the hot shooting Mia Vasily is going to make all and Isabel Mendez as well, going to be one of the top performers, all-tournament player. Good looking picture there. Yeah, let's dive a little deeper into these numbers. Vasily, I mean, 6 of 18. She really was only 3 of 12. It seemed like more from downtown. Finished with 15 points. Mendez, a very efficient 6 of 8. 1 of 2 from downtown. Grab yourself 4 boards to go with that. 13 points. And here they're going to honor Caruthers for winning the Emerald Bracket. To get together at center court for a team photo. And they came up to Oregon and got the job done.
They did. Good run to end that game. Knocked down some key shots, got some key turnovers. I think both teams probably feeling like they had a chance. 4 minutes to go. It was a fairly even game. Sometimes that's the way a game goes, 28 minutes, and then the last 4, somebody takes over. Caruthers is clearly a physical team with some size inside and some really athletic guards that made it tough to make it. Kind of gave Southridge guards a little bit of trouble. You look at the turnovers, Southridge guards had, you had two guards with 4 turnovers each. I think if they trim that down to 12, that's a little bit of a different ball game there.
Yeah, I want to highlight Addison White with a really efficient game. 6 of 10, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 3 of 4, and we're joined here by Sarah Mangan. Great game, great tournament. Yeah. So unable to get the win. You really did heat it up in the 4th quarter there. You brought your team back. You came back, had a 1-point lead. Some final thoughts for you at the tournament, your career going forward?
It was great. I think everyone really stepped up. Our first game, everyone was hitting shots. We were really together, and I think tournaments like this really help bring us together, and then that's how we're able to push and get better every day.
How about your teammate Addison White?
Yes.
She had a great game. You guys were working some 2-man game.
Yeah.
It looked good out there, just couldn't quite get your shot going early.
Yeah, it's okay, but yeah, Addie's great. She's really fun to play with. She's a great player, super smart, but yeah.
All right, looking forward to going into league play, a little bit time off with the family.
Yes, yeah, league play will be tough this year, but I think we're in a good spot, and I think that we still have so much room to grow, so it'll be good.
Good for you, work hard, and good things will come. You're just a junior, so a bright future in front of you. You're getting some talk and some letters from universities already. Good for you. Yeah. Well, keep your nose down and keep working hard.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And here we're also going to interview Mia Vasily. Great game, Sarah. Great tournaments, and congratulations on the all-tournament honors, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Mia, congratulations. You guys come up here right outside of Fresno. and up to Oregon, get the job done. You win all 3. What's going through your mind?
I'm tired.
I bet.
Yeah, we try to run as fast as we can and just get the pace going as fast as we can.
Well, you guys were moving it around great. Looking at some of these numbers, you put up 18 shots, but you're going to lead the team with 15 points. You went and grabbed 5 rebounds on your own, a couple steals. You know, great performance. You guys win all 3 games that you come up here. Looking forward to getting into league play.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Any teammates you want to shout out here?
Mainly all of them. It all takes all of us to win. If one of us isn't bad, then another one steps up. Even if I don't have a good game, I know my team has my back to step up for mine.
Fantastic, fantastic. So what went right out there today?
I think our communication and just our we should win the game. So our pushing the ball and our getting rebounds and just running the court, stuff like that.
Coach say anything? I mean, they came back, they made that run. You were down by a point in the 4th quarter after leading most of the game.
Yeah, she's just saying take care of the ball and that we should just get it and go. Like we have a faster pace than they do. And just take care of it.
Yeah, and the press, you caused them some problems.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, double teaming the ball. Well, it was a ton of fun to watch you play and come up here. You guys go 3-0, and you're getting all tournament honors. I mean, that's kind of came and got the job done.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say? Happy holidays to somebody, maybe?
Nope.
Back to sunny California, huh?
Time to fly home.
Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations
Thank you.
again. Great to meet you. Good luck. Best of luck with everything.